Hello, happy quarantine and social distancing to everybody. So I decided I'm going to do a little cooking with Panda of one of my favorite Venezuelan things, which is arepas. And for those of you who don't know what arepas are, they are basically our version of sandwiches or tacos. There is no right or wrong way to eat them. You stuff them with whatever you want. They are made from corn flour. In Venezuela, we use white corn flour. In some countries, they will use yellow corn flour. So I will be using this. So this brand is Donarepa. I have not used this brand before, but it's what they had in the grocery store yesterday. They didn't have the usual brand that I use, so we're gonna try this out. I'm sure it'll be fine. I have some ham and turkey, some queso rallado, which is shredded white cheese, Venezuelan cheese, very delicious, some butter, some avocado, and some tomatoes. So I'm going to take you through the process of making it. Cooking it, it's actually very simple. You can make a big batch. One bag goes a really long way. And you can eat what you want to eat and then save the rest and have them to make. And a bag is super cheap. It's only a few bucks. So it's actually, you get a lot of food out of it. So just to kind of explain the process. So we're going to make the dough. And a lot of it is done with your hands, so you want to make sure, you know, every time you cook, you want to make sure you wash your hands, but wash them pretty thoroughly for this, especially with everything that's going on. I also have a bowl of water. I like to moisten my hands so that the dough doesn't stick to my hands as much. Then I have you can use a regular skillet, or I like to use my little griddle to kind of toast the outside a little bit, and then I will bake them in the oven to fully kind of cook them and heat them up throughout, and then we'll eat them. They are best served hot, so if you do make them ahead of time, you want to reheat them before you eat them. So let's get started. We have washed our hands, so we're going to take our mixing bowl, and the instructions for how to make the dough will always be on the packaging as well. So we are going to do 1 cup. Okay, and we are going to take 1 cup of water. So it's very easy if you want to double it or reduce it by half, because it is a 1-to-1 ratio for the flour to water. So cool. Sift it. We're gonna add a little bit of salt. So we have the dough ready. This is basically what the big thing looks like. You can make the arepas as big or as little as you would like. So you're just going to take you are going to roll into a ball, and then fold it. Okay. You essentially want to create a little disc with it. Easy? Leave it on there for a little bit and keep making our discs. I don't like them so thick in the middle because then it's just very doughy, so I try to make them somewhat thin. There are also appliances that are arepa makers, and they will kind of just put the little ball of dough and it'll shape it and cook it for you. I do not have one of those, so I do it this way. Okay, so you would get about 4 normal sized arepas from just the one recipe on this. So if you have a bigger family or you're feeding more people, double, triple, whatever you need to do. If you live in Florida, depending on the area you live in, you can find the harina pan at Publix. If you live in South Florida like I do, you can also find it at pretty much any Latin supermarket. You can find it at food fair. You can also always order it on Amazon. Pretty much get anything on Amazon. I had a difficult time finding this when I lived in Chicago, and my mom shipped 2 bags to me, which was awesome. And that's it. So we're going to let them sit here for a little bit, toast on each side, and then we will transfer them to the oven. Alright, so here we have them, the griddle, so we're just going to check. Still use a little bit more time. Okay, so what we are going to do while those cook is we are going to cut up the avocados and the tomatoes so we can have them. You want to make sure your avocado is nice and soft. So just a little trick. If you buy avocados in bulk like I do and can't get through all of them quick enough, if you see that they are ripe and ready and you're not going to eat them, you can put them in the fridge and they will keep in that state for several days. So that is my little trick so that you don't waste avocado, because as we know, avocado can turn very, very quickly. off of the skillet and we put them in the oven for about 15 minutes at 350 degrees. They're in there now. That should finish up heating them and kind of cooking them up, and then we'll put them on a plate and enjoy them. That's it. It's super easy.